say, cold weather host. Welcome back to my channel. I actually just filmed this, but I forgot to press record. So, we're back. I started using Storygraph. Well, I started using it a little bit ago, but this is my first full month on Storygraph, so I have some statistics for you guys, which is so fun. I love that they do that. Let's get into what the statistics are. So for this month in September, to say what we're doing today, I'm telling you what I read in September. It's a reading wrap up, of course it is. So this month I read 5 books. I read 1,154 pages, and my average rating was 3.63. My highest rating was a 4.5. I read all fiction books, and that's pretty much it. I had 2 DNFs also. So we're gonna get into the books that I read, and the DNFs that I didn't finish, some may say. So I just did this, so I'm going to be a little faster, unfortunately, because I like to have a lot for you guys. Before we get started, I just found out that Fable has book clubs. Like, I knew they did, but I think when I first started on Fable it was like January, and I wasn't posting on YouTube yet. And so I think it would be so much fun if we had a book club. If you think that sounds so fun, like I think it sounds so fun, go to the link in the description below and we can start a book club. I think we would start picking a book next week if we get at least 4 people in there. I'm not picky. And we would start reading in November. So, unless you guys think we could do it in October. But okay, I'm excited about that. So if you want to join, I'm put the link in the description. It's completely free, and I think it's completely free. I'll also put the link to it in my community tab. Well, I'm not paying for it, so if it's not free, then never mind. But no, I'm just kidding. I'll put it in the community tab and in the description. So if you're into that, go click the link in the description. Okay. Let's get on with it. Sorry I didn't post a video last week. I was battling a cold, so I didn't want to be in the mic just sniffling and coughing. That would not be kind, I don't think. But yeah, okay. First book I read was When Ghosts Call Us Home by Katja de Becerra. I don't know. This book follows a young girl who is going back to the haunted house she lived in with her sister when she was growing up. When she was younger, her parents were fixing up this house, kind of Haunting of Hill House style, like the show. They're fixing up this house, and apparently there was some ghosts there, and her sister decided to record it. She decided to record it, and then she uploaded the movie, and it became like a cult classic. People were obsessed with it. It has like this loyal fan base, and they believe that it's actually like real, and things happen with this, like, it's called Vermilion. That's what they call the entity, I guess you could say. So, her sister went missing out of her college dorm, and the last place she was seen was walking into this old house. So basically, she decides to go back to star in this documentary that this random man is making to try to find her sister. So, yeah, I got this recommendation from Carrie Can Read on YouTube. I love me some Carrie Can Read. You guys know this about me. But this book kind of fell a little bit flat for me. It is a YA. I think that's why it fell flat for me, because it felt a little bit elementary. A lot of the stuff that was going on was just kind of, it didn't feel like the atmosphere was good, but it kind of just didn't feel like, I just didn't care about any of the characters or anything that was going on. So, maybe it was the writing, maybe it was, I have no idea, but the atmosphere was nice. It was gothic. It was a good summer to fall book, but it wasn't my favorite, and I gave it a 3 stars even. Yeah, that's When Ghosts Call Us Home by Katja de Becerra. I don't know how to say that name, but it rolls off the tongue very nicely, if I'm saying it right. Okay, next book I read was The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. The first one wasn't short, but this one only 64 pages. Little short book. I read a lot of short books this month. I don't know why, but whatever. This follows a lady who is a con artist who was working as like a tarot reader or like a palm reader or something. And this lady comes in and she's like, I'm distressed. And then she like reads her palm and she's like, it's your house. And the lady's like, oh my god, you just clocked my tea. How the fuck did you know that, bitch? You come over to my house and figure this shit out for me, like right now, like ASAP. The house down. So she goes over and it follows her cleansing the house, and then things start to happen. That's all I'm gonna say, because it's 64 pages, so it's kind of like, I can't say too much, or else the whole book is spoiled. I liked it. It's kind of hard. Well, it's also very easy sometimes, but in this case, it was kind of hard to mess this one up. It was a fun, quick, fast-paced, mysterious thriller, so I liked it. I gave it 4.5 stars. And yeah, that's The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. The next book, also I'm tapping on my Kobo because I don't have any books physically. I just read them all on my Kindle. I keep saying Kindle because I feel like nobody knows what a fucking Kobo is. So when I'm like, my Kobo, people are like, come again, mama. So I keep saying Kindle and Kobo interchangeably. There we go. But also my ears are plugged, so I can't tell how loud I'm being. And it's kind of torture because I feel like I'm being so silent. But hopefully that's not the case. Okay. The next book I read was Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke by Eric LaRocca. This one was also a short book, 102 pages, read it on my Kindle. I just feel like it was very disturbing, very interesting. So this book follows two lesbian women in a lesbian chat forum in like the year 2000 something, whenever AOL Mail was a thing. Not AOL Mail, but AIM Chat, there we go. I think that's what it is. And it starts out as a woman trying to sell a potato peeler that holds sentimental value. I have no idea. And turns into a dom sub, well, kind of master-slave relationship through a chat room. I can't stop making these faces. It was very interesting, very disturbing. It took me some places that I was not expecting to go. And I fear that if you guys are into movies, Baby Girl featuring starring Harris Dickinson and Nicole Kidman kind of seems like the same thing, but like in like real life, not in a chat room. A little less crazy though, I feel like. But yeah, I didn't give this one a star rating because hey, what did I just read? Because what was that? So yeah, and also I went to my university bookstore and they have this in stock. They have like 7 books in stock and they have this one in stock. Kind of bizarre, but neither here nor there. So yeah, that's that one. Not much to say about it because it's so short. There's not much to say about it, but I do like the format of like multimedia in books. I love it. It was like written through chat mail. So that was fun. The next book I read that I've talked about like 4 times, so I'll keep it short, is The Night Guest by Eldernut's Daughter. This follows a woman who is insomniac, can't sleep, but she wakes up, well, she actually isn't an insomniac. I don't know why I said that. Every morning she wakes up and she's super tired, she's super exhausted, and she's like, what's going on, bro? So she talks to her friends like, eat better, work out more. And then she's like, okay. Her one friend tells her to get a like Apple Watch Fit 5, and she's like, okay, bet. Goes and gets one. Has it. Doesn't turn off when she goes to sleep on accident. Well, doesn't take it off when she goes to sleep. Wakes up 45,000 steps. Whoa. Something is going on. So, that's basically the whole book. It's only 208 pages. But it's like, but it's like not very long. Like the pages are very like short. If that makes sense. The writing is like not a full page. The chapters are like a page and a half at most, which also makes it super easy to read through. Sorry, don't be calling the book a slut. Slut shaming the book is crazy. So yeah, it's pretty good. Unfortunately, unfortunately, I gave this one a 4.0. Why don't you say 4.0? A 4-star. I liked it. Unfortunately, I got spoiled on Goodreads by somebody saying one of the trigger warnings, but like too in depth. Basically, it's off page animal cruelty, which I don't love animal cruelty, obviously, but for this book being so short, them saying the exact kind, like, it was just, they just spoiled the whole book. And I totally get that, like, trigger warnings are necessary, but like, it was the first review on Goodreads, and they went into depth about the trigger warning. I was like, just say the trigger warning. But I'm just letting you guys know there is a little bit of animal cruelty in this, so if you're not into that, then don't read it. I'm not spoiling it because I'm not saying 18,000 words of the type and what happens. Like, I'm not saying animal cruelty. If you don't like that, don't read it. I personally do not do well with animal cruelty, but especially because I have the animal that's getting getting crueltied. But this one was pretty off page. It just was kind of like what it was like, but it wasn't very. Anyway, read at your own risk. But I would say it's not too bad. But I like horror books, so I don't. It's everybody has their own thing. So just proceed with caution. Look into it if you need to look into it. But yeah, it's a pretty good book. I really enjoyed that one. The next book that I read, and the last book that I read in the month of September, was Home Sweet Home by Sarah Pinsker. This book follows a woman who gets a job as a nighttime assistant PA for a reality show called Home Sweet Home. They find people who are buying new houses and flipping these houses, making them new, and they talk about ghosts. I don't really get the correlation, but it follows them with ghosts in their house when they're trying to flip it. So basically, my main character's job is to create the ghost, create the spook. So I thought it was gonna be a nice, like, actually, like, ghostly, fun ghosty book, but it was kind of just like a lot of. It's only 163 pages. Jesus, sorry. But it does a lot of build up to the spookiness. It's like, oh, what's gonna happen? Spookiness happens. It's over. It turns out to be inspiring and lighthearted and like, wow, life is worth living. Very Disney movie-esque. Not sure if I was fucking with that too crazy, but it was fine. Don't read it if you want to be scared. Read it for like a nice fall breezy day, like a sunny nice day. It was 163 pages, like I said, and I gave it a 3-star. So, if you're into that, it was kind of like a family finding yourself. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I want to read about ghosties and people dying, which is unfortunate, but it's just, I'm living my truth. But next, so those are all the books that I read in the month. The books that I DNF'd. I DNF'd 2 books. Oh my god. Sorry, there's like a hair in my pants. Like, you know, like when you wash something and like a hair gets like embedded into the stitching. Anyway, a book that was very popular this month that I ended up DNFing was Immortal Dark by Digest Gurma. I only got like 40 pages into this. It was not for me. It follows a girl whose sister is missing and she thinks a vampire did it. So she goes to this place where her aunt used to live, and she decides to attend this university, try to find her sister. But the catch is, the person she has to live with, the vampire she thinks took her sister. I don't know. It's very dark romantic. Dark, I've heard. It's young adult though, which is so random. I did not like it. It's the first book in a trilogy, so it's kind of like a building block book. Me when I say 1,000 times, okay, drinking game. Next time I say drink the whole bottle. I actually ended up returning this book, which is insane for me because I never return books. I bought it because it was a beautiful special edition with sprayed edges and maps, and is so gorgeous, but Mama doesn't have a job, and Mama was trying to go to the sweat tour, so Mama had to shake some couch cushions out to make that shit work. So I returned it, and I didn't finish it because I didn't really like it that much. I also had it on my Kobo, but it wasn't for me. It felt like I was reading. If you know what I mean. Like, it felt like I was doing the act of, like, digesting each word and trying to compute what it meant in my head. The world wasn't kind of just coming to life for me. It wasn't hopping off the page. I had to, like, find it. And it was very... very on, very that. I didn't love it. It just wasn't great. I don't know, too complex. A lot of people I've seen read it, because a lot of people read it this month, also didn't love it, so take that with what you will. You probably have already heard of it, so I don't know. It's fine. I just, not really my cup of tea. Okay. That one was a hard DNF. The next book that I read was My Last Innocent Year by Daisy Albert Florin. I was at Dolly Alberton. Is that her name? Whatever. Daisy Albert Florin. I randomly, in the middle of the month, was like, I saw an ad for this on my Instagram, and it was like, woman gets sexually assaulted on college campus in the winter in New England and starts having an affair with her professor, and this is a coming-of-age literary fiction that's deep and emotional, and I was like, maybe, why do I need that? Hashtag need that. So I picked it up, very random, because I like thrillers, I like murder, I like death, I like chomp, bite, I like spook. So, I don't know. Usually I pick this one like winter, because when it's cold, like wintry, I feel like literary books are the way to go. But I grabbed it in the middle of September. I didn't finish it, but I didn't really hard DNF it. It's a soft DNF. I just kept not reaching for it. So, that's why I stopped reading it. But like I said, it's about a woman who's in college. She has a non-consensual sexual experience. Things start riling up on her campus because of this experience that she had. She falls in love with a professor. They start having an affair. So boom, she's 21. Whenever somebody's 21, I'm like, well, yes, like I need that. Also, very much trigger warning, sexual assault, obviously. It's emotional, reflective, and sad, apparently, according to Storygraph, which is crazy because I never read sad books. You guys know I hate a sad book. But I was actually really enjoying it. I just kept not grabbing it. So that's why I stopped reading it. But it was pretty good. I got about halfway through. So if you're into, that's kind of weird to say, if you're into sexual assault, if you're into this kind of like telling your story, women coming out on top, sexual assault survivor stories, read this one. I would say, I didn't finish it, but I would say read it. I started September 10th, so that was all a month ago, which is crazy. It feels like this month. It started the 10th of October. Okay, anyway. But yeah, that's everything I read in the month of September. If you want to read any of those books, go read them. Follow me on Storygraph. Follow me on Goodreads. I think I'm Rae's Reads on Storygraph also. Let me go check that. Yeah, I'm RA3's Reads. I'll link in the description. So if you're into that, into those, go read them. If you are into the freaking book club, click that effing link in the effing description. I have to make it, so I'm gonna make that before I upload this video. But like I said, we'll pick a book for November if we get at least 4 people in there, and we shall have a time. So come over and join. It's free, I think. I love you guys so dearly, and I will see you next freaking week with another video. Alright.